All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, and Jim George is in the studio with Melissa George. Melissa is his daughter. It's our first time meeting Melissa, although she was supposed to be here once before.
Yes, she was.
We're going to talk about the cool things that you do for a living, Jim. And Melissa, do you work with your dad?
I do.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, good to have you both in here. Robin will be here in just a second. She had to call Dan. We had a technical thing we need to do. It's something I haven't done in years.
Yeah.
And I forgot. You know when you have to do things and you have it all memorized, the numbers,
I understand.
the sequence of numbers, and then you don't do them, you forget the sequence of numbers.
I can't even remember passwords. You know, you log into a site you haven't been at in a year. I'll give you, for instance, my SunPass. I'm driving to West Palm Beach, and it says SunPass, not authorized. And I said, what do you mean? I got a credit card on file.
Wow.
It should come out automatically, right?
Wow, yeah.
So I'm going to get a letter from the state now saying I owe whatever it is because, So, I want to call the number and I want to give, but I can't find my password. I can't find I can't find any. I mean, when was the last time you called SunPass?
I know. The whole password thing is a very confusing thing.
Unbelievable.
And now they're telling 1.2 billion people had their passwords and login names, what do they call, hacked by the Russians?
Right.
That's like everybody, 1.2 billion people.
That's a lot of people.
I mean, I'm sure there's like 6 billion people that don't have the internet, so that's the rest of us. So what do you do? Every once in a while, my computer, I have a Mac, an Apple product, okay? And when there's something asking me for a password, it'll say, here's what we suggest. And it's like RQ-:hyphen.
Yeah, like try to remember that.
It's not even letters and numbers anymore. It's got the other symbols, question mark, $sign. Holy mackerel, how am I going to remember all that?
They want you to make it really difficult for not only anyone else, but yourself.
The hackers know my password. I got to call a hacker and say, hey, what's my password?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I wonder if we'll ever be able to opt out of the electronic world. Because it used to be that you had to opt in. Now it's like there's no other way. Like I write one check a month for my rent because that's how my landlord wants it.
Right.
That's it. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Everything else I do electronically.
It's like your phone number. Your phone number is going to be in the phone book, but if you don't want it in the phone book, you got to pay for it to not be in. Well, you would think.
Right. That's crazy.
You think just to reverse that. They don't have to print it. They don't have to remember. You got to pay to have it out.
Let me ask you a question. When's the last time you used a phone book?
Well, I have used it recently. I was looking for a company, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it online, and I didn't find it in the phone book either, so I guess it doesn't exist.
The only time I ever use a phone book, this is absolutely true, is when I'm wanting to order a pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know. I don't know their number. I forgot it. I had it memorized.
Hey, I looked for Doug when I came in this morning. I didn't see him. He's okay?
He is coming in later on. He had a meeting this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, and so he will be here later on. I'll tell him you were asking about him.
Well, thank
you.
you.
And the phone has rung, so let's go to the phone. Remember, we are kind of just chatting sort of kind of about the topic that Jim normally talks about, but we want to answer your questions if you have specific ones. That could be about cable TV, Wi-Fi, internet, how to protect your house against power surges, all that kind of stuff. And we have two brains here today to answer these questions.
That's right.
Melissa and Jim. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, everybody. You've hit that on the head. I just had an opportunity to get one of those Apple iPad things with the 9-point something or other screen and 32 gigabytes and the whole ball of wax for with a price I would consider almost next to nothing. It was like $100, and with the idea of being able to do everything you more or less can do on one of these things, it looks good. But then, like you said, the aggravation of passwords and another gimmick that total around and charge up and everything else, I decided I don't need it. I got my cell phone. That's about as far as I want to go.
That's right.
The other thing, Mr. George, is could you explain maybe some of the other things that you provide with your service? I had to get a new TV, and apparently the new TV either has a computer in it or some other dumb thing, and this dummy can't figure out anything how to get my DVD player working and all that other good stuff right now. And I'll hang up and listen. Have a good weekend, everybody, and thank you, WOCA, for the programming.
Thank you, Sonny.
Thank you. Yeah, the new TV sets, though, they are so complicated. I mean, even the one that we have, my wife and I bought it last year just before Thanksgiving. We probably use it for 1/10 of what it can do. I mean, it's got all kind of inputs. You can put your computer into it. I mean, you can surf the internet with it. I mean, you can do all. And I just want to watch TV with it.
Right.
You know, I have a cell phone. What do I use it for? Phone calls.
Right.
My daughter's going to text me. She's going to email. I said, no. Just if you want me, call me. You know, that's what a phone is for calling. No, but they use it for everything. They get the pizza number off of the cell phone.
Exactly.
But Melissa, you being younger, you have a different perspective than we do on this, and maybe we need to catch up with you.
Well, I was thinking with the pizza delivery, looking it up in the phone book. I haven't used the phone book
For anything.
For anything.
Not even the pizza, huh?
Not even the pizza, no, because it's right online. And
the answer to Sonny's question,
so many things you can do.
You know, American Cable, Sonny, is basically a company that does what some people would call construction. What I mean by that is I run coax cable inside a house. I run phone lines. I tie into the phone system or the cable TV system. I put in antennas, whether it's direct or dish or anything dealing with electronic usage. Sound systems, intercom systems. I went to a lady's house the other day and put in closed-circuit TV cameras for her.
Oh, wow.
She wanted to have. She bought a 4-camera system from Harbor Freight, fairly inexpensive, and then bought 4 extra cameras. And she wanted to have like outside the perimeter covered. She wanted to have inside. And it was just her and her husband, and they were just alone, and they've been hearing about all these things that happen in the Orlando area and how more and more homes are having closed-circuit TV. So she's got a DVR, and I had to run a wire for her internet. So basically what happens, her and her husband can be out of the house, and they can IP into their cameras and look at them.
Wow.
And they're being recorded at the
that
same
almost sounded
time.
nasty, didn't it?
Yeah.
IP into their cameras.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You know, internet into it. But more and more people are concerned about a camera, and it doesn't have to necessarily be for security. You could have a dog in the backyard, and you want a camera there, and then make sure he doesn't dig under. Yeah, baby monitor type thing. You know.
Do you know what I've seen though a lot on YouTube is these home surveillance cameras.
Right.
That they're tucked in the corner somewhere.
Right.
And there's nothing going on in the room, but then all of a sudden a chair moves like 5 inches. And everybody says, "Look, I have a ghost." And I think, "Oh, come on, it's the fishing line. It's an old trick."
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. The chair moves by itself, you know.
But like we have dogs, and my wife has often said, you do all this work for everybody else. Why don't you put a camera down at the kennel so we can see which dog is barking? Because they know their name, so she could yell out, "Hey, Sophie, quit barking," or whatever, you know. And but when you say,
"What do you live like in an estate or something?"
No, we have an acre, and
the dogs are far enough away you can't.
Oh
see?
Yeah, they're down at the barn area. We built the barn, and they're down there on 1 acre of land. But so security cameras, like Sonny was saying, you could have one at the front door, and the doorbell rings, and you turn to channel 3, or change the input on your TV from HDMI 1 to HDMI 2, and you see who's at the front door. The camera ties into your TV.
Wow. You still got to get up to open the door, don't you?
Well, you do, but a lot of times people are frightened at the middle of the night. I just saw that thing on TV this morning where the guy was convicted of second-degree murder. A young girl's car broke down. She went up to a house and knocked on the door about 10:30, and the guy shot her.
I saw that. That's a horrible story.
What an unbelievable story.
My goodness, people are so weird.
Yeah.
All right, we need to take a little break.
All right.
We're doing this.
You got it.
Right? So we'll be right back with Jim George and Melissa George.
Yes.
Melissa George joining us to talk about our electronic gadgets, which we love and hate and complain about, but love. So we'll be right back with all of that after this.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years years' experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Palm Chevrolet, where supporting the community is the Palm Chevy way, and by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
On which day are we most likely to have a tension headache? If you guess Monday, well, you're right on. If you want to get noticed, just smile more often. People, it turns out, spot others whose teeth they're showing when they smile twice as fast as those who have closed mouths. And they don't want to go where you want to go. They don't want to do what you like to do. If that sounds familiar, focus on your other friends.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock, and we're just kind of speculating whether we're going to get moon today.
Yeah.
Now, you guys, have you done any vacation stuff lately?
No, we haven't. Melissa's getting ready to leave tomorrow morning, hopefully with my wife and my other daughter, to go to South Carolina for a
Baby shower. For our cousin.
And that's about the one time the family can get the. I got to tell them, hopefully watch the dog, who hopefully will have
one
puppies.
dog. I thought you had several.
Well,
dogs.
we have one dog that's going to have puppies today.
Ah,
It's 3 days late on the puppy thing, and we said, "Come on
Anxiously
already,
waiting.
deliver the puppies so we can get on with life."
So you're going to a baby shower, and you're going to have puppies.
That's right.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it'll be double shower.
It's kind of, it's kind of like the time of the renewal of lifetime, right?
But no, we haven't been to the Keys in so long. Oh my goodness,
Haven't
we
done
love the
anything in a long
Keys too.
time.
We love the Keys.
So Galen's in the Keys, and Tom is going to Aruba.
Yes, on a cruise.
Aruba's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
that'll
been
be
there.
I'm
fun.
jealous.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, Melissa is manager out at Ocala Palms, and we are just now launching an effort, for lack of a better terms, to get more internet customers online. You know, basically people have CenturyLink out there, and CenturyLink's a good company. I'll never say anything bad about CenturyLink, but they just can't always give the speeds and the bandwidth that
really?
a customer would like. And we offer, you know, any number of speeds. So if you want 5 meg or 10 meg or 20 meg, and we're changing out our device in the head end. It's got a long name. We just abbreviate it CMTS, and that will let us do 40 meg, 50 meg. You know, give a customer more bandwidth, because we have people that are medical people. You know, they look at X-rays and they report on what they see from their home, and they do where a doctor will send in stuff and they type it and send it back. You know, large files.
Stocks and bonds, other
we
type
have
of
day
businesses from
traders.
home on the internet.
Yeah. You go into a guy's house, he's got 3 monitors wrapped around, looking at the American Exchange, the National. You know, he's doing
Wow.
stock trading all day long.
So that's how they make all that money.
Yeah,
huh?
that's how they make all their money. Yeah, you know. So we're launching high speed, a higher speed, an effort to get more people to come onto our high speed internet, and then we're still doing our high definition. But we're going to start off, we think, with doing a bunch of the new channels, the over-the-top channels. by over-the-top foreign channels like Russian channels, Korean
Right.
channels, German
Right.
channels. We're surprised the number of people in Ocala Palms. Like we have one lady that's got 4 Korean channels.
Is she from Korea?
She is from Korea.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but in order to get those Korean channels, this is the crazy thing. So they have DirecTV. So they're up to like $140 with DirecTV.
Oh, wow.
But to
Okay.
get the Korean package, the 4 channels, you have to buy another tier. You
And
know,
it's
they always
almost $25 or $30, I believe.
yeah,
for a couple channels.
$35 for 4 channels.
Oh, wow.
So her,
Oh, wow.
so her TV bill's up to $200 and some a month.
My goodness.
And all she really wants are those 4 Korean channels.
Why doesn't she get rid of the other ones then?
You can't see that they.
Oh.
You know how if you haven't had cable TV in a long time.
No.
But if you had it, you would have a basic tier, and then you'd have like a premier tier. But you might want the recipe channel. Oh, it's in the 4th tier. Well, can I have the 4th tier? Sure, if you subscribe to tier 3 also to get the. In other words, you can't
Oh,
go from tier
that
2.
is unfair.
It's
nuts.
unbelievable. They lock you into these tiers. So now you're paying $100 and some odd to get the 4 channels you want.
So couldn't you go on the internet and watch those channels just pay
You
for
can,
the
but they break up. In other words, they're not streaming with the same consistency as the way we're going to stream them.
Right.
It's just it's like in your case, you have a server, people can watch yours,
Right.
but they're not live. It's buffered. In other words, it goes into a server. The
yeah.
server stores it, and then when I'm in New York and I want to watch it, I'm watching it maybe delayed by 2 or 3 seconds.
Right.
And
Or more.
But in our case, it's live streaming. If you hiccup, the hiccup goes straight through. You know, it's one of those things.
Well, people are waiting. We got an email the other day from a lady, and she listens to your show every Friday, and she wanted to have your contact information so she could call you
Right.
about that. So we emailed that to her.
Yeah, we're excited about it. It's one of those things. I guess I should come on the air instead of telling you I'm going to launch, but I'm still waiting for final financing. Just put a plea out there. Listen, if you got any money and you'd like to invest it, we're ready to launch. We need an investor for about $250,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Wow.
what Joe said is, why don't you go to Kickstarter?
Right.
He
Yeah.
said, hey, you get $1 from you, $1 from me, $1 from 250,000 people put in $1. Bam, you got it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, that's a good idea. I might want to do that.
Yeah.
But we're right there. We have all the technology. We're through with our beta testing. We got our dishes up. We're ready to launch. We just need that. We just got to buy more
You
servers.
said $250,000.
Need about $250,000.
But the $250,000 isn't an expense; it's an investment.
Oh yeah, it's an
Because
investment.
everything you've said all along, it sounds like something people are just anxious to have. So you have a market already ready.
Oh yes, we have a company. I went and visited a company Friday that wants 4 Russian channels and 1 Canadian channel sent to them, and they've got 90,000 subs. So I said, well, I might want to charge you like $1. I mean, it doesn't cost me anything to get those channels because they're
Right.
free on the satellite, but I got to put $10,000 worth of equipment in to receive them.
Right,
You know,
right.
and he said, well, I'm going to give you $90,000 a month. How's that sound?
That
sounds pretty good.
Do you know the Russian channels? Do you know what they're called? All right, CC. Now to us, because we were looking at their alphabet,
Right.
so I'm probably saying it wrong, but it looks like CCCP1,
Yeah.
CCCP2, etc.
Right.
Did you know this?
I did, but they also have one called RTN, Russian Television Network.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But now CCCP3 is C3PO.
Oh, look at that.
Is how what's his name? George Lucas got
Oh,
the name
yeah.
for that robot is from that
Uh-huh.
Russian channel. He just changed it around. C3PO.
PO. That's cool.
Yeah, because there is no 0 channel in the Russian
Right.
TV. It starts with 1. Isn't that interesting?
Very interesting.
And you have a phone call.
All right.
Let me go to the phone. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim and Melissa George.
Good morning. I just wanted to ask if sitting near a wireless router for a long time could have a health risk connected with it, and I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
Here you go. And sitting near a wireless router.
I might have an answer for
health
that.
risk.
All right.
When I moved into the neighborhood I used to live in, I was right across from power lines, the huge power lines that run, for miles each direction. My house was right across from it. So I called the power company in that area, and I asked them the same thing. Is there any danger in me living in a house constantly across from these huge power lines?
Yeah.
And they answered the question very interestingly as far as pretty much any electronic that you're next to for a long time. They said microwaves are really bad. People don't know that you should stand 6 to 10 feet away from a microwave while it's running.
Oh, wow.
An alarm clock is really bad. Bluetooth, he said, is the most terrible invention they ever created because of the
Wow.
radiation that comes from it. The fact that you're in it,
I'm taking these headsets off.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You know, he said that there is a lot of danger that people don't understand to a lot of electromagnetic waves, I guess they're
Yeah.
called, and that yes, it can pose a dangerous threat, but obviously over a long period of time. So they said that they have obviously built the homes within a far enough distance from the towers to where it won't affect you any more than everyday appliances that you're living and working and breathing next to. But there is, you know, any type of thing that is coming from electromagnetic waves evidently is dangerous.
An alarm clock. That seems like the odd man out in that.
He meant those are the things he specifically mentioned was an alarm clock.
I think an alarm clock
microwave.
is at danger more than being dangerous. But you know the question of the router is an interesting one because a lot of people have their routers. The idea of a router is so you can be far away from your modem.
it, right?
Yeah, but a lot of people, like me too. I'm like the router's here, and then there's a wall, and then there's me. I'm literally within probably 2 or 3 feet of the router.
Right.
And it still causes me problems. I hate that router.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that router.
You know, cell phones and wireless routers have on the back of them, or used to have, intrinsically safe, which means theoretically there's no problem.
Oh, no.
Intrinsically
It
safe.
would take more years than your lifetime most likely to injure you or cause, I guess, cancer or radiation. But the example that they gave me was that there is a dangerous, you know, there is definitely radiation coming from it or electromagnetic waves, but not enough to cause, you know, a disease or something.
But you
to pop
moved
up in your
out.
lifetime. I stayed there for 6 years.
Did you notice anything, though?
I never did.
Oh, okay.
And I stayed far away from my microwave when I ran. I did. I always stepped back because I'm the type of person that is the reason you use the microwave is because you're ready to eat right now.
Right.
And
Right.
so I would always be
Right.
standing by it, opening it every 10 seconds, stirring it
Right.
or tasting it, you know. So yeah, I tried to stay a little bit further away from it.
It was one of the questions for men to ask women at the speed dating thing. Like women had these 40 questions and men had 14. One of the men's questions to the women was, aren't microwaves great?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought one of the questions might be, are all your immunizations up to date? Why you ask? You know, because you know I got tetanus, and I just thought.
Will you have medical channels as an option also?
Yes.
When you do launch, because people really are interested in that.
Right. I mean, right now you know, you used to have the food channel, and then you had the cooking channel, and now you have the recipe channel. And I heard the other day there's 2 more, you know, cooking channels. America is fascinated by food.
Yeah.
I mean, we have large portions, and we cook, and we eat food. All right.
Yeah, you go to Stevie B's, and on the TV, there's somebody making food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're eating and watching somebody cooking.
Yeah. Go figure. So, health channels, there's really one's called the American Health Channel, but when you go into some doctor's offices today, you actually see health videos running. That is a satellite channel running 24-hour day health channel. It's called the Health Channel, American
Wow,
Health Channel.
wow.
And we will be carrying that. And then Melissa's on me to carry the SEC,
Yes.
Southeastern Conference Channel.
Oh,
Brand
yeah.
new. It's launching on the 14th.
Sports Network, that's right.
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun.
Yeah, so
That would be a moneymaker for you.
There's a high demand for that channel.
You're not kidding. That would be a huge
and then they want
moneymaker.
Yes Channel, the Yankees.
That's the Yankee baseball games,
Yeah,
I believe.
the Yankees.
Oh, I don't know. Would that be big around here? Yeah.
It is, evidently. Yeah, we have a lot of snowbirders and, you know, people that travel and have homes up north as well. Also, the Sun Sports
Sunshine Channel.
Tampa
Florida
Sports.
Yeah.
Network,
Yeah,
yeah.
they've been around for a few years. We're out of time.
All right.
Hard to believe, huh?
I know.
What's your number, Jim?
You can call me here in Ocala at 854-9795.
352 area code.
Yeah.
And your website is?
It's AmeriCable.us. That's America with BLE on the end, so it spells AmeriCable.us.
Well, listen, nice meeting you. Thank you
Nice
for
meeting
coming
you,
in.
too.
That was-
Thank
that
you
was
for
fun.
having me.
Don't-
Now she can come on by herself.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. President Obama has authorized airstrikes on Islamic militants in Iraq if necessary.
When the lives of American citizens are at risk,